but it's come on, Dave. He's the perfect upper mid card guy. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, he's a main event guy, Sam. He's
not
a
a
main
main
event
event.
guy.
I would solidify him as a main event.
Yo, you're wildin', dog. Yo, you're gonna make me hold up.
I would.
You gotta make me hold up.
Even though he had both those titles, I would
hold up the segment, man. You're gonna make me hold up. He is not a main event guy.
I wouldn't solidify him as that. No, absolutely not.
Yo, this is that funny, dog.
If you look at the totality of his career,
up, bro. He's a main event.
You look at the totality, though. The totality.
Then you gotta keep the same energy for Booker T. You have to.
No, that's false.
No, bro, you have to. Booker T was also
Booker T was a main eventer before. Booker T was a main eventer before he even stepped.
No, he was. Nah, he really was. But look at him. He came in main eventer going against The Rock and Stone Cold in the line. Yeah. Then he dabbled a little with Triple H. But then a long time after that, it was Goldust teaming. It was being the US title for a long time. He was fighting the Rob Van Dam types a lot. Then it was back in the world heavyweight picture. Then it was Bad Death. That was like Rob Van Dam. And I consider both of them.
It's not like Rob.
Unique. But I want to start in before we get into more 2026. Let's run this properly rated back, overrated or underrated. We're going to give you a list of some wrestlers, some random wrestlers. Sammy got his list, I got mine. And we're going to say whether they're overrated, underrated, or properly rated. Get involved in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to us at Wrestling With Things to keep up with all of our conversations with professional wrestlers and professional wrestling creators and our commentary on storylines. But I could let you go first, man, Sammy. I'm interested I'm interested. Who's your first guy?
I don't mind. My first guy, right? Because this is a guy I don't see what everybody sees the specialness out of. But I know maybe you do, because maybe you might have witnessed him like before he even showed up, right? What do you think about Joe Hendry?
I've seen some of his TNA work, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that impressed. I understand that he's went viral with his music stuff because he could actually perform and sing and shit, which is cool. That shows that he could at least have some talent. But I'm hearing so many people say. I'm surprised the Hall of Famer Mark Henry said Joe Hendry should be John Cena's last opponent. I'm like, damn, Mark Henry, I don't want to call you dumb or nothing, but that's the dumbest shit that you've ever said. Like, this is Mark Henry, so overrated. I'm gonna say overrated.
I think we can agree on that. Yeah,
overrated.
I think we can agree on that. I think he's another one of those guys like Uso, where the song and the spectacle is gonna kind of carry him.
Yeah, and I'm like, why didn't people keep this energy for my man who's actually showed more potential than him? For Elias had a solid run, could actually sing, could really play guitar, actually showed flashes of greatness. I think he has more upside than Joe Hendry, but I think it's the internet. Just because he went viral a lot, they gassing him up because he's someone new. But I'll say overrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. You want me to run through the whole thing, or you want to do back and forth? How do you want to do it?
We'll do back and forth. I'll give you overrated or underrated. LA Knight.
I'm gonna say I'm actually gonna defend him. I'm gonna say underrated. I'm gonna say underrated on this one, because I usually hear a lot of people give him the same type of criticism, like, oh, he's a ripoff, he's a knockoff, he's stealing from Austin,
which I really don't understand why. Honestly,
in the top, I feel like, but I feel like even if he is, people are giving him a little too much heavy criticism on that, because that's not easy to do.
Exactly.
Even if you are ripping off YouTube, that's not easy to do. And to get people to like it, and to get people to hang on every single sentence and every single word, and he can actually get in the ring and get dirty. So I don't understand where the flack comes from. I do feel like his babyface run is over. I did lose hope on that. Like I'm not gonna change my mind on that. I feel like he's taken too many big losses. But I don't feel like it's over. I still think somebody who could talk with that ability, there's no way he can't be a big star. I'm gonna say underrated.
Yeah, I agree. Underrated. I think everybody knows he's the total package, but I do always hear what you said. He's a Stone Cold rip off of Rock Rick. First of all, he doesn't use any of their moves. He doesn't talk like either of them. He doesn't
Yeah,
dress like any of them.
yeah,
It's not like he's Dominic, who's literally looking and acting like Eddie Guerrero.
yeah,
If you want to say he's like Rock or Stone Cold because he has cool swag and catchphrases and he relies on his verbal skills and charisma more than his acrobats, then yeah, he
yeah,
is like Rock and Stone Cold. But
yeah,
I think he's underrated because I think people know how good he is, but it still needs to be emphasized more. I think he's one of the best talkers of this era, and he's really pretty damn underrated in the ring, especially. I think in the ring, people be overlooking his match consistency and his move set. He got like a really diverse move set, so underrated.
yeah. I'm with you. So Woody, the next guy, I'm pretty sure. I've heard both things about him, but I want to know your final take on that. The man called Sting.
Mm, that is an interesting one. Wow. I definitely can't say he's overrated because I don't feel like people talk about him in a light he hasn't earned. I think he's kind of underrated, as crazy as that might sound. I think, especially honestly, by people like us, I think I kind of underrate him. I think his name can be brought up when you're talking about longevity,
Yeah,
consistency,
yeah,
never needing to politic his way to be irrelevant.
yeah,
Great classic matches in a variety of companies and territories. Yo, Sting is that guy like that, and let's not understate like the Crow Sting. Obviously, I'm not saying it's Undertaker, but it is an Undertaker-esque character where only Sting could make something like that work, and it was so historic. It sold a ton of merch and still does. Sting's underrated. Sting's really pretty underrated.
yeah. See, I was gonna lean toward properly rated because I feel like when you do think of WCW, he's definitely one of the two names that always gets dropped. And then when you also think of TNA, he kind of has to be one of the names that gets dropped. But his
No bull.
business, his business, I think his bad business decision to wait so long for WWE is what kind of puts the handcuffs on him. I don't know if you agree with that.
That's fair. No, that's fair. But he's one of them unique cats that he could his legacy got real big without WWE, but I agree. He left a lot of money and success on the table. If he came
Yeah,
earlier, we might be talking about a top 10 guy.
I
Uh
would say the same thing. If
honestly.
he came around like 2006, 7,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
around that type of time,
yeah, yeah, I agree. So you're saying properly rated or underrated?
I'm gonna go properly on that one. Yeah,
Wow, wow. I say underrated. Like we gotta talk about Sting a little more. Like because even though it was the cookie cutter baby face, even Surfer Sting was very successful. It was just before our time. Like
I like
he
Surface Thing.
Surfer Sting was successful, yo.
I like Surface Thing. He let more of his in ring work do the talking for him at
Yeah.
that time, more than the character work.
So he showed some like range there, like being able to do that. But all
But
right, that
but again, it's just he like dude, he could have been part of some of the greatest golden eras.
yeah, for real. There was so
Like
many
when they first bought the
when they
company, then
first did the brand split. Can you
yes.
imagine him with all those wrestlers that were there?
And
Undertaker,
then if he came,
Kane,
and then if he came during the height of the ruthless aggression, it would have been
yeah,
still just as good, just
yeah.
as good.
It was a lot of he left a lot of matches and stories. Yeah, yeah. I think it's fair, even though I think he's underrated. Me next. This one, I'm really interested in this, but think about everything in totality because I know he left a really rotten taste in most people's mouth, and rightfully so. Ronda Rousey, overrated, underrated.
I'm I'm gonna say properly rated. I'm gonna say properly rated on that one because she came in and it was pretty much her name and her stardom that did most of the work for her. But when it came down to actually, you know, getting the business down of wrestling, she didn't get to do that. She really didn't get to do that. So I understand all the criticism that she gets. I really do, and I back up some of it. I don't know about you, David. I back up some of it. She couldn't really get down the character aspect. She couldn't get down the talking aspect. The storytelling aspect was hard for her, but she did do some good in ring moves, and she was a great athlete. So it's not like she was totally bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say properly rated for that one, Dave.
Yeah, damn, I'm kind of torn. I can't call her overrated because nobody has been sweating her. That's
Right.
why I'm not. I mean, maybe you could say he's overrated like WWE was trying to sweat her, but I can't blame them for trying to invest in her and get a return on that investment. I can't. And I think,
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly, in the ring, he delivered mostly, if you ask me. But
Pretty solid.
but on promos, man, he was uncomfortable on the microphone, man.
Harry. Yeah.
See,
Harry.
he was
Yeah.
very uncomfortable on promos. Like you could tell he wanted nothing to do with speaking in front of an audience. Like there's people you could tell they
She
just
said
want.
it too, Dave.
Yeah, like
She said it. She said it in one of her interviews. She didn't understand it.
yeah, like he doesn't
But
understand the acting part, the character part, the promos. I'm gonna say properly rated too. I'm gonna say properly rated.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Because I think
Because I understand.
I think her first run was really good. You know, he had good matches with Charlotte, had that main event at WrestleMania that wouldn't have happened without her, probably. Let's be fair, with Becky and
Right.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Um, had good matches with even Alexa Bliss, you know, and a couple other. He had good matches. The Kurt Angle tag team mixed tag with Triple H staff, really good
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania moment. I usually don't like mixed tag matches, but that was a good one.
Solid.
So
Yeah.
he did some good stuff. It was just every time they gave her a microphone, and when they had her do that stinker of a match with Shayna Baszler, her last match, it was just crickets, man. So I must say properly rated because I think he did what he was supposed to do as an attraction, as a crossover star overall. And I think that's what WWE wanted. They I don't think they were hoping for well, they were hoping, but I don't think we was gonna get the next Kurt Angle. But they the
They
investment
they
the
were they were
investment worked.
they definitely were hoping for her to do like Brock Lesnar ish type of stuff.
Yeah, for women, yeah.
They did for the women. They were hoping for that, but the problem is she just naturally couldn't pick it up like Lesnar.
He, and
Naturally,
honestly, and
Lesnar.
honestly, and honestly, I don't think he cared. That's
She
probably
didn't. That's the
he
problem.
didn't
You're right.
care enough. I
You're
think
right.
if he cared enough, was coachable like Logan Paul is with Paul Heyman, he would have been even better. But I really think he wanted to phone it in, and that's the thing I don't like about her. When she didn't get her way in the real fighting and got beat up in UFC, he bitches and complains. when she don't get her way and don't understand fully the wrestling character side, she bitches and I hear her all the time on podcasts talking shit. It's like, yo, you just didn't care enough to learn the craft, and that's all good.
And she didn't understand it. She didn't
Yeah,
understand it. She really didn't understand the art form of it.
yeah, I'm gonna say properly rated. Yeah,
I'm going proper too.
it's
And
you.
then yeah. So my next what do you think about the new women champ, Stephanie Vaquer?
I'm gonna say properly rated. I think like he has the language barrier against her, but not as hard as people like it's not as drastic as people like Iyo Sky and
Right.
Julia, but she clearly has the language barrier because Spanish is her first language. Um, but I think he has the aura, he has the entrance, he has the unique gear that nobody has. Um, very unique wrestling style. Um,
Yeah.
and let's be honest, that move he does, the Devil's Kiss, where he puts the girls in between her
Great
legs
move.
and he shows her ass and Booker T got that move over by making jokes about her ass and doing
Yeah.
the yo, she's pretty over. She got over pretty fast.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I gotta respect her because despite the language barrier, she's getting over pretty fast. But you clearly see the reason why she's beefing with Nikki Bella is Nikki could do the heavy lifting for the verbal side and do it
Yes.
well. And she
Yes.
could play off of Nikki that way. She can't do that on her own, but
Yes.
I think she's having a solid run for someone who's still in her first year, basically. Um,
So what do you think about her being champ? You don't think that makes her overrated a little bit?
hmm. No, because they kind of had to give it to her because Naomi got pregnant.
True.
And you know what I'm
True.
saying? Like he didn't ask for that, he didn't ask for it like you know what I'm saying? So it's like because you can't give it back to Rhea Ripley. She was hogging it at a certain
They
point.
are in a tough
Iyo
spot. I
Iyo
agree.
Sky had it at last. So it was like you had to go with who's fresh and who can
Yeah.
we kind of elevate. And I think he's doing okay. I would give her run like a C plus.
Right.
It's okay, and I like her presentation. I think sometimes when you don't got the promo skills, if you can nail the intensity and presentation, then she has some stuff going for her. I'll say properly rated.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna agree with that because they were in a tough spot where they kind of had to go with her being the next rising thing.
Yeah,
They're in a tough spot with the women right now. They really are.
yeah. Like it's like you can't keep giving it to Rhea, Oscar, and Io. Like you needed to go with some new blood. So I think it's been solid. Listen, I like what Nikki Bella does more than most people. Nikki Bella's putting in more work than AJ. Shout out to
She's a
Nikki
fat.
Bella, bro.
She's a fat man.
Nikki
Like
can
that's
Nikki, this is what Nikki is. He's never what I like about Nikki, he knows what he is. He knows
exactly
I'm not gonna do 10,000 moves, but I'm gonna wrestle the WWE style. I'm gonna make the facial expressions. I'm gonna cut solid promos. He's gonna stay
exactly.
within her lane. He's not gonna do crazy acrobatics, and she'll give you a little show, bro.
She knows what her is character first. She knows.
Yeah, exactly. He knows like my money is being that twin that people say I slept my way to the top with John Cena and now
Right.
an NFL player. Like he knows
Yeah.
that's where my heat is. Like
Right. Right.
so, I like Nikki Bella. And
Yeah.
AJ's putting in.
I
I'm
always
not
had a
trying to get off topic. AJ's putting in no work to me so far. I don't care what he did in the mixed tag match. He did nothing in War Games except get the finish. I hate in wrestling where you can see that they put in no work and then they give them the finish. He let her tap out Becky Lynch. She wasn't doing nothing that whole match, bro.
right.
He
right,
barely took
right.
any bumps, bro.
And you could tell it's just multi match after multi match because she don't
Because
got
they're
it.
not right. He's not ready, bro.
She don't
Yeah.
got it. You don't got it.
Come on, man. But I think it's me. Let me pick up the
Yeah, it's
momentum
your
right
turn.
back. Number 4, Bret Hart. Overrated, underrated.
Man. Uh,
Moment of
man, this
truth.
this yeah, this got me really torn because the dude might arguably be the greatest in the ring ever. Like, but if we're talking about the real purpose of what somebody who's supposed to be the face of the company is, I gotta say overrated. I have to. I have to.
Mm, mm, mm,
And I
mm.
feel that, and I don't even want to just, you know, target him because Sean had a lot to do with it too. But that those guys didn't do their job, man. In terms of actually being the face of the company, making the brand feel better, taking it to a better height. They didn't do that. If anything, they lost a lot of money for WWE, and they kind of were the reasons why WCW started being the winners.
It's true. It's true.
if we're really being real,
They're the
so
only
I love them
generation
in the
that
ring.
they're the only generation for some reason that didn't have like their own unique flavor of doing things and drawing eyeballs. It's one of those weird eras.
Well, they kind of did. They were the workhorses.
They
They were known
were,
as the
but they were, but you can argue WCW Ben had a lot of workhorses. That's why I don't
true,
think that it put a lot of flavor at the time, but
true,
they were
true.
workhorses.
But that's I think Bret Hart is a perfect example of why character building, promos, it's important.
Yeah.
Like you like all these action junkies today who want to see 50 flips, 50 kicks, 50 submissions, 50 things, or only want to look at the in ring portion of wrestling. That Go back and look at that middle '90s era. It's
Yeah.
important why
It's
you need to
terrible.
have a character, a strong promo guy, a strong dude who can talk people out of the building. It's important. That's the
But
weakest era
playing
of all
playing
time.
playing devil's advocate real quick, wouldn't you say Brett's one of the rare people in history that he had so much else going for him, he survived well without it? He did fail as a face of the company a lot. Don't get me wrong, but
Absolutely.
his career in totality, he had the swag, he had the unique
Great.
pink and
Yes.
black. That he had like other things to like add to his aura and character. He had the swagger and he really was a student of the wrestling game.
Absolutely.
And I know his promos suck, but I think he knew how to sell a fight as personal sometimes, even though it was because he really did hate people, but he knew how to sell it at least. He knew how to sell real well. So I think he was one of those guys that didn't need it as hard. But I hear what you're saying. He wasn't he left a
That's the
lot
thing.
of promo skills on the table.
No, but that's the thing though, David. You're absolutely right. Like he is one of those people, kind of like Chris Benoit, who he didn't really need
He's
all of
10
that.
times better than Chris Benoit. It's at that
But
level.
they're similar in a way where they don't really gotta like talk you out of the building. They don't
Yeah.
have to do it because their work will do the talking for them. It will. But the problem is when you take a guy like that and you do try to make him your guy, now there's different expectations.
Cool. It's cool. That's cool.
That was the problem. If Brett didn't have to be the guy, then everything you're saying is right. It's 100% right. But when you are the face of the company, this is your responsibility.
It's cool.
You gotta kind of be larger than life, where you gotta attract people. You gotta make sure that you're the most
You gotta
loved,
be an
and that's why he
overall,
was
you gotta
hating
be
on.
an overall entertainer. Mm.
And that's why he was hating on Sean so much, because Sean had that part down. He didn't.
Yeah.
It
I'm
just is what it is.
I must say properly rated. I think the wrestling industry and the fans, especially the wrestlers, hold Bret in high regard. So I'm gonna,
Yeah,
because I even had some crazy people say he's better than Cena, but I'm not gonna open that door right now. But um
impossible, impossible. That's some.
I heard cats like Peter Rosenberg on radio saying that. I hate when people have big platforms and they get to say dumb stuff and they don't get challenged enough.
That's
But
impossible.
I must say he's properly rated overall. Oh, I'll say that.
I'm saying overrated, man. I'm
I
saying
respect
overrated.
it.
It was your job, man. You lost. You made us lose. You
It's true, bro. Not like that era from 92 to 96. It's terrible, bro. Like
it's terrible,
he's
man.
always fighting Yokozuna or Diesel or Sean.
And those were good matches too. I'm not even
They
trying to
were.
hate. Those were good matches, but it's you got more to do, man. But
And
my number
Savio
four,
Vega.
yeah,
Those guys.
man. My number four, Dave, talk to me, man. What do you honestly think about your man Jon Moxley?
We're combining both companies.
Everything, everything up to
Man,
this point, everything.
damn. That's tough
Man,
because
always
that's
he
tough.
always got to have whatever new phony ass championship they make. He always has to somehow
I
have
know.
it.
That's facts.
Now they have a continental champion.
They got
They're
like four.
copying the Intercontinental.
They got like four mid card titles for no reason, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's tough because in AEW he's clearly overrated, but in WWE he was kind of underrated. Like Dean Ambrose had some great matches in that era with a lot of people. Not the prettiest in the ring, but he knows how to tell stories in the ring, you know. But damn, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. But I must say, in totality, a little overrated. But um, I really liked his work as Dean Ambrose overall. He has some bad creative and corny stuff in there, like when he was wearing the gas mask at the end against Seth Rollins and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
overall, you know, I really liked his work. He was really my favorite Shield member at the time and stuff. And I think he's very underrated on the microphone. He always had the talking ability there, but I must say a little overrated because his AEW runs going right now, people are always gonna act like he's a company carrier, act like he carried that company and whatever.
right,
But so I'm gonna say
right,
overrated. Uh,
right. Yeah, it's you already know how I feel about the, the this disgusting business that's just going on over there. It just doesn't. It don't make sense. Continental champion, and every single time they make one, they just throw it right on them. That's what it seems like they're doing to me, bro. I don't know if you're seeing the same
it
thing,
does seem
but
like that.
every time they create some new random championship that they don't need, oh Dean, you go and win it for us. But what are they trying to say? He's the guy.
I think for years now they've made it clear that they consider him their guy. For real. They you could tell they think that.
Really?
Bro, you could tell they think that. Like he's their go-to guy. He's their work. He's their
Because I'm
number one.
thinking it's MJF. I'm thinking it's MJF. That's why I'm so confused about what's happening. But I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say overrated too because it's like, damn, the dude's not that good to win every single title y'all come up with.
I think they consider him like their legendary act or something. Like he's that high regard guy that could win anything
Yeah,
believably. Like
and
that's what it seems like they treat him, which is weird, but it is what it is, bro.
it's not weird. It's because they can't keep no legends.
Hmm.
That's the problem.
They consider him a hardcore legend like Mick Foley. You know, he's always bleeding, and even Mick Foley didn't blade himself that much as much as
Yeah,
this guy. Damn, bro.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
overrated.
they they can't keep no legends. That's why they can't keep them.
Yeah, overrated, underrated. Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair. Hmm. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go properly rated with this one. I think she's exactly what she where she's supposed to be up until this point. And again, I haven't seen her do anything much wrong. Plus, I enjoyed her all of her runs with the belt. So I'm gonna say properly rated. She's somebody who I think you give her like another year or two, she could be probably the face of the women.
I think he already was to keep it a buck, bro. To keep it a buck, the past. I think I'm right there with you. I think he's properly rated, but I feel like amongst our barbershop conversations with people like you, us, and the YouTube family, she's becoming underrated. The way I hear y'all talk about her, like,
Really?
bro, he came in the main roster. I think he came in while Vince was still in charge.
Yeah,
Knocked it out of the park in every way with what Vince gave her. Even Triple H picks it up, knocks it all out of the park. For the past 4 or 5 years, you need someone to headline WrestleMania for the women, it's been her. You need a
yeah,
five-star classic, it's been her. You need her to make someone look good, it's her. You want her to represent media, it's been her. She's kind of been a big carrier on the women's side. And he got the physique. He's beautiful. He
right.
got the power couple dynamic with Montez. I think her and Rhea Ripley kind of have been the face of the women's division the past like
Yeah,
4 or 5 years. And I honestly think her body of work and her consistency, she can already fight for. I'm a top 10 women of all time. I can't name 10 women who had a better start to finish run so far, and she's still young and still going. She's just been injured right now, but I just think she's great, man. She doesn't have a bad match. She can always give you those wow moments with her power, and she could
yes.
give you the wow moments with her speed and acrobatics.
Athleticism.
Like
Athleticism. Yeah,
she's very different, yo. She's an athlete, yo.
yeah. She's athletic as hell. That's one thing
With that
I gotta
size,
give. I probably gotta give her that over every single woman that's
everyone.
she's athletic as hell. But it's see the only reason I think she's probably rated because like I said, when it comes to the names of the women they got, I think in the next year or two, she's probably gonna be that that face of the whole entire women because I don't see Charlotte going for much longer.
Oh no, no. You could already see Charlotte's taking a step back
Taking a step back,
to let people shine. Yeah.
Becky, I don't think she got that face in her. She just
Nah,
doesn't have
she's
that in her.
fighting Maxine Dupree in the Continental title.
Bailey, I don't think she got that in her.
Alexa Bliss, nah.
Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, even I like her. I
I
really
like
like her,
Rhea,
but
but I don't think she's on
I don't
Bianca's
see
level.
her as a face of the company.
Yeah,
So it has to be Bianca.
it's definitely Bianca, man. Like, and she represents the company real well. Everything I've seen her do outside the company, so I I think properly rated too. And I think WWE gives her the respect she deserves. People
Yeah,
like to say that they don't respect Black. I think they gave her. She's always in the championship picture when she's around for the most part. So I think
yeah.
properly rated.
And had it not been for Naomi getting pregnant, we would have probably seen the best woman feud of the whole
Yeah,
year.
yeah. With them, they got to pick that up when they get back. And if she comes back by Mania, I could see her and Jade killing it at WrestleMania if they build up to that. Like
Yeah,
now that Jade Cargill is finally clicking as a heel.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say probably with that one, man.
I agree.
Just, um, my five, Sheamus. What you think about
Sheamus is underrated, man. Like I don't know what more he has to do because even now in his like little grizzled veteran stage, he's still putting in the work. Like I know he's a grizzled veteran and his role's not to win world titles, but I would like to see him like if they were to do some random shit and be like, yo, have Sheamus build up some big wins and then have him be a ruthless heel and have a one off against Cody. People like me, I wouldn't be mad, honest to God. Like, at least you're giving him a proven heel that could
right?
draw heat, and you're not just plucking Aleister Black to force into that position. And and I know it might not happen, but I look at Sheamus like that guy. Like, if you really need to plug somebody in, he can do it. And now he
Yes,
might not get the opportunity, but you can plug him anywhere, man. And it's gonna be quality. And nobody talks about him. Multi-time world champion,
yeah,
won every title except for the Intercontinental title, which I believe he will. He's underrated, man.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna agree with underrated. And it's not even just that they could do that with Cody. They could also do that with CM Punk.
You can like if you really want to put a
He
real heel against them,
yeah.
Sheamus will roll up, bro, and
But
give
I
you.
definitely don't feel like they had to do this breaker thing so fast. They
They
didn't
didn't
have to.
have to, yeah.
They didn't have to do that so fast. You could have slid someone like Sheamus in there first.
Even though I'm happy for Breaker and I think he's doing well, they didn't have to do it this fast. Like
You didn't have to do it that fast. Give him a moment. Like let's wait for the road to WrestleMania and give him a moment.
I feel like WWE sometimes doesn't know what they have with Sheamus. Now that we're talking about him,
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah,
he can help across divisions, not just be the guy that fights with Rusevs and brawls everywhere and puts
exactly,
them over. Like
exactly.
him and
Yeah,
Rusev
yeah,
has some crazy fights though, but damn, bro,
yeah, yeah. He's a little better than that. He's a little better
like
than
he can do some stuff for you. Like he put over some main eventers. It'll mean something to beat Sheamus, bro,
that.
and
It
survive
actually
his
does.
physicality.
It actually does. Especially if they can get him one more run. It would
And I
mean a
think
lot.
he could do that. Yeah. Controversial. I can buy another Sheamus run before I could buy another Miz run.
Right.
And most people
I
might look
believe
at me
that.
like I'm crazy.
No, I believe that. I'm
And
with
they're
you on that.
they're around the same points of their career. Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that. I'd take one more run from Sheamus over Miz. 100%.
This dude Miz is always getting beat up by Joe Hendry and
That's
R-Truth
what I'm
type
saying.
shit.
At this point, we already know Miz is just gonna lose to whoever's new. Like let's be real.
Yeah, that really is his role.
Let's be
And then
real.
the TMZ gimmick stuff, the instigating stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, this dude loves living for those characters, bro.
yeah. Give me Sheamus, man.
Okay. I think I'm at my number six. Damn. I thought I'm really interested in this, bro. I'm very because I feel like usually I have a feeling of what direction you'll go, but I don't have I feel like I can't call it. Rob Van Dam.
Oh man, damn.
Overrated, underrated.
Oh man, damn.
I'm gonna say underrated.
Oh, you saying
What the hell?
underrated with that? Um, I'm gonna again. I gotta go properly rated because
Whoa!
yeah, I do. I gotta go properly rated because
Wow!
listen, even he was for a lot of years. He was our stunt guy, right?
Come on, man.
He
Why
our
you
stunt.
gotta make every athleticism guy that's blessed with athleticism a stunt guy?
Come on, Dave. You know what he was, man. He was our ladder match dude. He was our ladder match dude. He was our tag team, extreme dude
Wow.
because he couldn't talk. Let's be real.
He's not
Let's
terrible.
be real.
He's not
He
terrible.
couldn't talk, Dave.
I I I
He was
kind of
definitely on the low
I
side.
kind of respect his talking more than Bret Hart a little bit. So I don't know, man.
I don't know about that. I don't know
Bro,
about that.
he talks how that character is supposed to talk. At the very least, I'll say that. That surfer, weed smoking, white laid back guy. He talks like how that character's supposed to talk,
I
bro.
think we could have got more out of that. I think we could have got more. We could have at least tried to get
Like,
a
what's he supposed to talk like?
serious
But what's he
promos.
supposed to talk like? Batista? Like, I'm gonna rip your fucking head off. We're the real men. He talks like a stoner is supposed to talk, bro.
Nah, but Dave, if you're in our world heavyweight championship picture, you have to have at least a few serious moments.
He wasn't a comedy character.
He wasn't a comedy character, but you can't just do that laid back, a couple words thing all the time.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't just give us that laid back a couple words. All right, I'm gonna say a couple cool sentences all the time. All the time.
He cut a couple good underdog promos, bro. He was a decent underdog.
When?
He
Well,
did, bro.
like even with John Cena, right?
He cut some decent underdog promos, though.
Even that fight with John Cena, like it was a great match, right? Great,
Classic.
classic match, right? But look at the way they even set it up. They set it up in a way where, all right, I'm gonna cash it in. You know what I mean? You're gonna be over there. They didn't build that shit up really because they know we can't talk.
Damn, you doing Rob like that? He
You
ain't
know
the
what I mean?
he ain't the greatest talker, but he ain't. I've heard so much worse, but he ain't the greatest talker.
He's not the worst. He's not the worst, but let's be real. He was our stunt guy. He was our stunt guy for most of his career.
I
He was
think
our
when you
stunt
look
guy,
at his body of work and
and that's not a bad thing.
and you look at his ability to succeed in that era, and you look at the only guy to hold both ECW and WWE title, and if he didn't get caught with weed at the time, where weed was taken seriously, he probably would have had a lot more success.
Yeah,
I kind of think he's underrated, bro. Like his body of work measures up with a lot of people, like multi-time IC camp,
he's decorated. Yeah,
multi-time tag camp, like.
he's
Rob Van
decorated.
Dam's that
Money in
guy.
the bank, right?
Money in the bank.
Money
One
in the bank.
honestly, one of the people who truly made the Mac feel special and make the concept like thrive, bro. Like,
Yeah, he's
and
decorated, bro.
he's
Yeah,
a talent. Succeeded in ECW. He was like ECW's John Cena when ECW was actually hot. Like he was something, bro. Like, and unlike a lot of jumpy jump guys, he actually had a little muscle on him as a light heavyweight. So he had a little bit of
yeah.
definition on him. Unlike Jay Uso, his kicks look great. Nobody throws a kick like Rob Van Dam,
Great
bro.
strikes. Yeah,
Let's talk.
great strikes.
One of the best wrestling strikers, bro.
Great strikes. No,
Rob's
100.
underrated, dog. Yo, I can't wait to post this clip. Y'all need to tell me
He's
comments.
properly
Rob
rated.
is
I think he's properly
underrated,
rated.
bro.
Nah, I think he's properly rated
Stop
because
swagging him because he's all right. He's not perfect. He's not great on the mic, but he has everything else, yo.
but that's the thing.
It's
I
not
think
like he's Shelton Benjamin on the mic.
he's not. He's definitely not. But that's a similar comparison.
No,
If you really want to be
no.
truthful, like both dudes in the ring can pull off whatever it is that you want them to
Rob
pull
has
off.
swag. Swag counts for something. He has charisma and energy. He gives off an energy of cool factor. Like like you see the style of his singlet with the design, and like he has
Yeah,
a
the
difference to him.
karate designs. Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, yeah. But it's come on, Dave. He's the perfect upper mid card guy. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you
Yeah,
say that?
yeah, he's a main event guy, Sammy.
He's
He's a
not a
main
main event.
event
No,
guy.
I would solidify him as a main event.
Yo,
I
you're
wouldn't do
wildin'
that.
dog. Yo, you're gonna make me hold up
I would.
you gotta make me hold
Even
up the
though he had
segment,
both those
man.
titles,
You're gonna
I
make me
wouldn't do
hold
that.
up the segment, man. You're gonna make me hold up the segment. He is not a
No,
main event guy.
I wouldn't solidify him as that. No, absolutely not.
Yo, this is that funny, dog. Come
If you
on,
look at the
dog.
totality
That's
of his
fucked
career,
up, bro. He's a main
if you look at
eventer.
the totality, though, the
Then
totality,
you gotta keep the same energy for Booker T. You have to.
no, that's false.
No, bro, you have to. Booker T was also
Because
a
Booker
guy.
T was a main eventer before Booker T was a main eventer before he even
No,
stepped to
he
WWE.
was. Nah, he really was. But look at him. He came in main eventer going against The Rock and Stone Cold and the Alliance.
Yeah,
Then he dabbled a little with Triple H. But then a long time after that, it was Gold Dust teaming.
yes,
It was being the
yes,
US title for a
yes,
long time. He was fighting the
yes.
Rob Van Dam types a lot. Then
He
it was
was.
back in the world heavyweight picture. Then it was bad. That was like Rob Van Dam, and I considered both
No,
of them
it's
main
not like Rob
event.
Van Dam, Dave. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
Yo,
not.
you're bugging, bro.
Because
Rob Van Dam's
because
a fucking main eventer.
because even when your man was in ECW, he was winning television titles. He was
He
winning.
was,
You know what I'm saying? Saying
but he was
the
their
mid card title,
franchise player. Don't get it
the
twisted.
tag team title.
He was their franchise
He wasn't
player.
always with the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
He was
No, he
their
wasn't.
franchise player in
He was
ECW.
one of their hearts of the brand.
There's
I
no
agree. He was.
ECW without Rob, man.
I agree with that. But Dave, even before stepping to WWE, he wasn't always in the main event. And then when he got to WWE, he was barely in it. Like Booker T was five time before he even got there. And
Yeah,
then
but let's be honest. Booker won a lot of that 5 time when ECW started to lose talent and when they started having their worst writing staff. Like he won that. He won a lot of those titles in the midst
true,
of Vince Russo's bullshit and all that
that's
different
true.
stuff. Like I can't do
That's
that. I get what you mean about he wasn't there for a long time, but I think that's more about the decision he made with the weed and his commitment to the craft a little bit. Rob is a main eventer so much that JR most of the if you remember most of the 2000s until he won it, Jim Ross was constantly saying, "Yo, he's a main event talent. He's the best. He's probably the best wrestler to not be a world champion." Well, JR used to emphasize that before he won the world
yeah,
title, bro. He
yeah.
always performed like a main eventer.
He performs like one.
He performs like one.
But Dave, he wasn't always placed in these moments.
Yo, sometimes
That's
there
my
wasn't
pushback.
openings.
That's my pushback. Like he wasn't always placed in
Neither
those
was
moments.
Booker T. Neither was Christian.
Booker, no,
Christian
Booker T
Cage.
was
Everybody
Dave.
loves yo.
Don't do that,
Everybody
man.
likes to stream how
Don't
Christian
do
Cage.
that. Don't do that.
Neither with Christian Cage. Everybody likes to scream how
Don't do
underrated
that,
he
man.
is and all that stuff. Was he always in the main event?
Christian Cage has so many more main event moments than Rob Van Dam.
He does.
So many more.
No, he
So many more.
does.
And
But if
so
you
does Booker.
but if you look at a guy who's been doing it for 20 plus years, Christian has he got his main event stuff towards the back end. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
when he got to his 40s. You're right. You're right. When he got older. You're right. It all came when he got older. But what about Rob when he got older?
Rob had some decent
He
main
never really went back to he really
Rob
never
had
really went back
decent
to
Rob had decent main event runs in ECW, WWE, and even TNA. Like
the TNA.
everybody loves to glaze Christian's
Yeah,
TNA run. Like, come on.
yeah, but Christian
Let's
was
be
there when it was actually a real sport.
nah, Christian when Chris
Like, yeah, yo,
nah, I'm not gonna lie. Christian had it popping. Christian had the TNA
he was
popping.
there when it was actually a real
But he
sport.
had
You know
help
what
with
I'm
Kurt Angle and Sting and the main event Mafia. He had help with those guys, bro. But
saying? That's what I said. Rob Van Dam's there when it's not even really a sport
I'll
no
tell
more.
you this: take Christian's 2 world title runs. They weren't more effective than the ECW one night stand run.
I disagree with
People
that.
still did. People
I
still to
disagree.
the bro till this day. People go to that match and talk about the hostile environment it was. To this day, it's on video packages in Vince nets. To this day, John Cena recalls it as one of his more memorable matches. What do we mean, bro?
I disagree with that, dog.
Nobody
Are
even
you
remembers.
serious?
Nobody remembers this dude. We do because we are students of the game, but nobody
No,
really
come
talks about
on,
Christian's run.
Dave. That one more match, dog. That one more
I'm
match
talking.
shit.
No,
That carried
I'm talking
SmackDown
about the
during that
first
time.
one. No, I'm talking about the first one. Well, the one where he won in the ladder match. I think it was Alberto Del Rio. Nobody talks about.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nah. We're
Nobody
not
talks
talking about
about
that.
that dog.
Yeah, we're not
Nobody.
talking about. I'm talking about when he beat Randy Orton. When he
But
beat
even when,
Randy Orton, that's a different story.
but even when we got beaten Randy Orton, it was good. They referenced John Cena and Rob Van Dam at One Night Stand way more. That it's way more memorable. Like
Yeah.
we're not doing that to get RVD and all these other people get main event love, man. I think this is a good
But again, David.
this is a good
But again,
debate to
David,
bring
he
to
didn't.
the guys.
But again, David, I would give you that. That one night is definitely more memorable
Remember
than
when he had a feud
Christian.
with Edge for it? It was pretty good too.
But Dave, there's an art form on having a run with the title. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an art form on that, and Christian, that one more match shit, like that's how chasing a title was supposed to look like. That's
Oh,
character work
it
right
was
there.
excellent. But I'm not gonna
That
lie,
was brilliant.
it was excellent, but it wasn't as memorable. They don't even reference it in video packages
I
anymore.
disagree with that.
Bro, they haven't
I disagree
referenced
with
it
that.
in
When he spit
forever.
in his face, when he spit in his face,
Bro,
dude.
that was great. That was great stuff. But at the end of the day, people don't reference it on a mass level like that. They really don't. And I think Rob Van Dam's better than him. If it comes down to it,
I'm definitely disagreeing with that. I'm definitely
you want to
picking
talk
Christian
about?
Cage.
You can't say.
I'm definitely picking
All I'm
Christian
saying
Cage
is
over that man.
one of them can't be one of them can't be an upper mid Carter and the other one's not. That's not fair to me.
It is
That's not fair,
fair.
bro.
It's
You're
100%
acting like Christian.
fair.
You're acting like Christian is miles
But
ahead.
Dave, nobody told this dude to smoke weed, Dave. Nobody told him to smoke weed. That's your fault. What you
Yo, this
talking
dude
about?
said-
Stay off the weed.
Nobody told Christian to run. Nobody told Christian to run to TNA. He wanted to bitch and run and then come back and get leftovers.
He did, but he did great work over there, and then came back and did more
Nah,
great
you're
work.
right. He was awesome. He was awesome. He was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. But
That's all I'm
let's
saying.
call a spade a spade. WWE booked him in a way, and credit to Christian, he made it all work. They booked his runs in a way where it was like, yo, you're not a threat, but we're gonna let you win it and there's nothing wrong with it because he made it work. You're not a threat, but we're gonna have you win it just for heat purposes, so Randy Orton could take it right back. Like it was never like, here you go, you're a main event guy, and you're gonna be this draw for us. This ain't TNA, baby boy. He wasn't. It wasn't put. No, it is okay. But what I'm trying to say is, you're trying to frame it as if he was given the ball to draw for them. He was given the ball to kind of mix it up transitionally.
I agree with that.
Whereas Rob was given the ball to Rain, but he just cut it short because he made a bad
And he
decision.
messed it up. That's what I'm saying. I
No,
agree with that.
we can't sit here and look at Rob like Rob was
I agree with
a
what you're saying,
transitional guy, bro.
But Dave, we can't just give one dude more points for
Christian's
what?
an Alberto Del Rio level champion. Rob Van Dam is like a.
No, he's not. No, he's
Rob,
not, Dave. Don't do that.
Rob Van
Don't do
Dam
that.
is like, yes, he is, bro.
No, he's not. Because Dave, look, this is what you're
Why
doing.
you think he's fighting him?
Dave, you're giving Rob points for what he woulda, coulda, shoulda did.
No, you beat John Cena you beat John Cena on a marquee night and his prime and made it look good.
David. After that, though, he didn't do nothing.
He did some stuff. He did some stuff.
He really do nothing.
Him and Edge tore the house down, and then when they had the triple threat with the three of them, they tore the house down, bro. Come on, he did some stuff.
Yeah.
Bro.
He didn't really do nothing with that, Dave. Are you
Rob,
kidding me?
Rob
This
if
dude Christian.
anything, Rob is a main eventer that made dumb decisions, and Christian was just a veteran thank you main eventer.
And he
He still
overachieved.
no, he did.
But he
I'm not,
overachieved.
nah, I'm not arguing. He did. He did.
That's
That's
what
why. But he definitely he knocked it out of the park. I'm not even arguing that. He did what
yeah.
he did what legends are supposed to do. But let's keep it a buck. That's how Vince McMahon viewed him, and there's a reason for that. Like you're just the
It's because he
leftover.
was skinny. It's because his body. We already know it's
That's
because of
not
his
why,
body,
bro.
though.
Rob ain't the
It's his
biggest guy.
body. Christian got an ugly body, David. Let's be real. It's because of his body. He has an ugly body, bro. Like
Christian was lucky he got that. I'm not hating, but he's lucky, bro. I'm not even trying to tear him down, bro.
I agree with you,
Nah.
but
Let me correct myself. He's not an Alberto Del Rio level champion. That's the bottom of the bottom. He's a JBL level champion. The overachieving late bloomer guy that surprises everybody and can knock it out the park because he's a veteran.
Right. And I would say
you would say RVD's not closer to the Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio level? Be fair, bro.
No, because here's the reason.
What's going on?
Here's the reason why I would say no. Here's the reason why I would say no, David. Because would you say RVD is better than JBL? Hell no. Hell no. You can't bring up Rey Mysterio because Rey Mysterio is better than all of these people.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
What?
I wouldn't say that.
Rey Mysterio? Come on. I'm not even a Rey fan, and I would say Rey Mysterio is better than all of them.
Come on.
I'm not even a Rey fan, and I would say Rey's better than all of them. All of them. A bigger legend than all of them.
No. He is a bigger legend. There's no doubt about that.
Dave.
There's no doubt about that. Pound for pound, if I'm breaking down a total wrestler, I can't say with conviction JBL's better than Rob Van Dam. I can't.
Why not?
See, I understand. Listen, I don't blame you. I love character work and promos too. Promos might be my favorite part of wrestling, but you acting like ring work don't matter at all. His ring work is significantly
It matters
better.
to an extent. It matters to an extent.
It matters when you're trying to keep classic matches in people's head too.
Yeah,
it does.
But Dave, the purpose of wrestling is
classic matches. Classic matches live in our brains. Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Rock Hogan. You need to work, bro. And
that's fair. That's fair, but when it comes to about attracting and
I think RVD's arguably better than JBL.
No, he isn't.
Yeah,
no, he isn't. Dude, people showed up to see JBL lose.
He
showed up to see this man get his ass.
He's one of the best heels of all time. I'll say
That's
that.
what I'm saying. If
I'll
we're talking
say
about the real art form of wrestling, nobody played it better than JBL.
He was phenomenal, but
and look at all the baby faces the dude helped push to the new heights.
He did.
Cena.
He really did though.
Cena if it's not JBL.
Yeah, but he could only be that. He's great at that.
But Dave, that's one of the biggest parts of the job.
You're right. He's great.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Rob Van Dam's more decorated. Rob Van Dam is more.
Is he?
I would say that. You could plug Rob Van Dam in any division, way more versatile. He's way better in the ring. I would say he, as a baby face, he never was heel in the WWE, but I think he was heel. I think he was heel in that short time with the Alliance, but I'm not going to count that.
He actually was here when they were doing WWE versus.
Yeah, but I'm not going to count that because it was mad short, bro. It was like, so we never really got to see how he could do. Rob Van Dam's like one of the most, like, if we're talking about, you want to talk about another big part of the sport, purely having a cult-like following and love, he's one of those pure baby faces. People love Rob Van Dam, bro.
Absolutely.
Like they love Jeff Hardy.
But Dave, that's because of the stunts.
It's not just because of the stunts. It's because of the cool factor. It's because his uniqueness. It's because of his dedication to. You're right, putting your body on the line.
That's
What's
what I'm
wrong?
saying.
What's wrong with putting your body on the line for real, like Mick Foley and Jeff Hardy? Though, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is
Sometimes you get respect from that. That's
but
all I'm
that's not
saying.
necessarily what you need to attract the audience. That's not
Yeah,
what you
but
need.
it sure gave him a big ass fan base.
It did give him a
Rob Van
big
Dam
ass.
was popular. If there's
He
one
was
thing that
popular
is
though.
that if there's one thing he can it was popularity. It is all I'm saying.
He was popular 100%.
He was never
But
irrelevant.
when it comes to actually handling the business and doing the job, come on, this is JBL we talking about right now.
Listen,
JBL, there's a reason why that man had that title, the longest reigning
listen.
on
I'm
SmackDown.
not gonna say
There's
nothing.
a reason for that, bro.
I'm not gonna
This
violate.
is
I'm not gonna violate JBL. I'm
there's
not.
a reason he had it that long,
I'm
Dave.
not gonna
It's because
violate.
the man's work was
I'm not gonna.
brilliant.
I'm not gonna violate JBL. He really is one of the best heels and one of the best talkers ever. He really do. He's the definition
And
of
then when he hit you in the ring, you thought it was for real.
nah. Nah, he
Like,
did.
let's
He
be
did.
real.
Nah, he was physical. He is the definition of overachiever. I don't even mean that in a disrespectful way. Like people need to take notes on what he did. But
Seriously.
but if I'm looking at a wrestler and I'm like, yo, I need you to be help get this tag team over right now, or hey, I need you to be popular here, or I need you to sell out this merch. Rob Van Dam will give me more of those things, whereas JB, put it like this: if I somehow am building up a promotion somehow, JBL might be the opponent I want going against a popular guy like Rob Van Dam. That's
And
where I'm
why,
at.
David?
There,
And why?
because he's the perfect heel opposite to
That's
help
what I'm
him
saying. You
shine.
know he's gonna bring him to new heights.
Yeah,
You
he
know he's
is.
gonna bring him
Yeah,
to new heights.
but what I'm trying to say is Christian wasn't on that level. He's
Christian, I
he
think
was
I think
he was an overachiever, but he did not overachieve like
I
JBL.
think
Come
Christian's a
on,
good enough
Sammy.
heel to do that. Nah,
He didn't
I
have
think
a
he did.
JBL impact.
I think he's a good enough heel.
He's like a diet overachiever like a JBL,
But
bro. Come
no,
on, bro.
but again, Dave,
Get out of here,
again,
bro.
you're talking about a skinny, scrawny, short
And
dude
then we
versus a
giving them
dude
the skinny cop out. We're
versus a
giving
dude
them the
that's like
skinny
six
cop out.
six. Dog, come on, JBL's a tall,
He did it.
roughhouse
He did
assassin.
it. He overachieved, but his overachievement didn't make history like JBL. Like every time I put on JBL and when I'm watching it, I'm like, damn, I remember this like it was yesterday. Because
Yeah,
that's how memorable it is. With
yeah.
Christian, I gotta jog my memory. With Rob Van Dam, there's a lot of things I remember like it was yesterday. With Christian, I gotta dig and think about these things. That's why
Yeah,
I can't say that, bro. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's more the Christian argument.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair for you to say against Christian.
Rob Van Dam's ladder
It's
match,
fair. It's fair.
even before they were world champion, Rob Van Dam's ladder match with Jeff Hardy when he first carved over,
Yeah,
memorable. Rob Van Dam being Brock Lesnar's opponent in the King of the Ring. I
yeah,
remember that. Come on, bro. He made Brock Lesnar look good. Like
yeah.
that, he's more memorable to me. Whereas Christian, I like Christian because of what he
I
did.
don't. But Dave, here's the thing.
Christian's a little bland. It's like, give me some flavor on that rice and
As a
chicken.
baby face, as a
Nah,
baby face.
nah. I just mean his. I like Christian, but just his whole overall presentation.
Nah, I
His,
can't do that.
his,
I can't.
his presentation's bland, bro.
I can't do that because
He's still a legend. He's still a
Hail
legend.
Christian's not bland.
He
Hail
is,
Christian, there's
bro.
no way you can say Hail Christian's bland, bro.
I'm
Hail
not.
Christian,
What I mean by bro, how he looks, how he carries himself. I'm not talking about his quality of work. It's great, but his whole presentation is. I'm just a guy that's wrestled for a long time, and I'm complaining and I want more. Whereas Rob Van Dam, he got the cool designs. He got the long boots that not people don't wear. He could, and yeah, he got the athleticism. Like I don't know. I don't think Christian's better, man. I don't think.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair for
I
you to
think
say.
you're just going with the guy with the better promos, and I don't think that's always fair. That's all I'm
No, it's
saying.
not the better promo. Christian, like, yo, let's not get it messed up. ENC is one of the most decorated tag teams of all time.
Oh yeah.
Some people consider it the greatest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that man's decorated too.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget.
Without a doubt. I just don't think his singles. I just don't think his singles run in WWE. TNA, yeah, but in WWE, I don't think it was like here you're an investment. I want to run with it. It was a like it was literally an overachiever. Here you go, and then he just went crazy and did what he had to
Yeah,
do. But and it
absolutely.
wasn't JBL where he did it for a year, basically a year and some change, bro. JBL
Yeah,
put in work with everybody from
yeah,
Undertaker to
yeah.
Booker to John Cena.
But
It
again,
wasn't like that, bro.
when we're dealing with a Christian, again, I know you're gonna say it's a cop out, but come on, bro, look at the man.
Look at Daniel Bryan. Look at
Look
CM
at the
Punk.
man.
Look
But
at
that's a
look at
different
look at look at.
era, David. That's a different
It
era.
is a different era,
It's
but
a different
you still
era, bro.
gotta
It's the
take
era
it.
where we actually accept people that look like they work at gas stations.
It's
You see
cute.
what
It's
I'm
cute.
saying? Like, bro,
Yeah, but hold on.
Christian was in a
Christian,
time where it was real
2011,
musclehead.
2011 was kind of the transition towards that, where he was winning it.
Not yet. It wasn't
Yes,
there
it
quite
was,
yet.
Sammy.
It wasn't. No, it
Yes, it
wasn't.
was,
No, it
bro.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because remember, Daniel Bryan was getting his ass whipped during that time,
He was.
left and right.
But Christian's not the biggest guy. Hell, even Van Dam and
Even
Jeff
CM
Hardy.
Punk was
CM
just
Punk and
starting to
Jeff
get
Hardy
love at
weren't
that
the
time.
biggest guys.
Who?
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, but Dave, that's what I'm saying. These dudes went through big stretches of taking crap,
They
and
did.
then they got some shine. You know what I'm saying? Like later on, years later, it's cool to give somebody that works like a gas station some love.
No, you're right, right. The times have changed, obviously, a
You
lot.
see what I'm saying? Like Christian was in the time where it was real muscle heads, real people
It
who
was
went to it
emphasized hardcore. Yeah.
like bro, and that's what gave Rob Van Dam the edge because Rob Van Dam he actually had muscle to him while he
He
was doing
did.
these things.
He
He
did.
actually had a
For a
build.
light heavyweight, he had a nice build deal.
And then JBL, the dude looks like a basketball player. Like the dude's he's like 6'6", 2 something. Come on, man.
This is a good debate, though. I think Rob Van Dam's a main eventer. Though. Don't be hard. We'll move on. I think it's your turn.
Yeah,
This is a
right.
good conversation. This is a good conversation, though.
I think it's me. I think I got to give you my 6. I got to give you okay. So I'm gonna go. What do you think of Trish Stratus?
Mm. I'm gonna say properly rated. You know, here's a woman who was nothing but a sex symbol, but she was one of the best women at playing that role, and then she turned herself into a very solid wrestler. Kind of, you know, we mentioned Nikki Bella, who turned serviceable. I think Trish Stratus. I'm not saying they're in the same tier, but Trish Stratus turned very solid. Had some memorable matches with Lita. You know, was even though women's wrestling wasn't popping, he brought good performances out in an era where they didn't get a lot of time. And then even coming back now, I'm like, damn, I didn't think Trish Stratus could hang right now. And she looked great against Becky Lynch. Every time she comes back, it's mostly effective. But you know, I'm gonna say properly rated. She is a real legend. No one could deny her impact.
Yeah. See, if she didn't do this second run, I would have said overrated. But after this second run, I gotta give her properly. I'm gonna agree with that. But she did show that I can't. I'm not gonna just work like a diva. I can
Mm-hmm.
also do what these new age people are bringing in. So if this second run never happened, I would have said overrated. But I'm a snapper.
I honestly kind of wish he would pop up a little more but he does miscellaneous stuff. He want to
Right,
pop up for Tiffany Stratton and
right. Yeah,
but I wish he would stick around a little bit, but yeah, I must say properly rated. Um, we gotta, my guy. I acknowledge him. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Overrated or underrated?
See,
See, the internet's gonna fuck. Woo! I don't know why people make this man so controversial, but I already know the internet's gonna have their thoughts.
the thing is, it's tough. I gotta go. It's kind of tough, man, because I defend him a lot because I feel like he gets too much flack from the
He
people.
gets a little too unfair criticism,
Yeah, I
but a
think
lot
he
of
gets.
the criticism's valid. But a lot
It's
of it
usually
is
because of
unfair.
his schedule. It's usually because of he doesn't come around enough. They feel like he's taking advantage of the contractual stuff, and obviously people like to say, oh, you know, he was bad before the whole bloodline stuff, right? People like to do that. I usually defend him. So if it's weird, man, because I do feel like because I did look at that Sports Illustrated like ranking that came out not too long ago, and they try to put him in the top 5. So I was like, damn, this is kind of overrated. If you're trying to say he's close to 5 already,
Yeah, but you know, people that make those lists, they want to piss people off on purpose. I
right,
swear
right.
to go viral, but
But even
I
your
know
man
what you
John
mean.
Cena said it though, which kind of had me beefing with it even more. I'm like, damn,
My
dude.
man
So
can't have a singular opinion, man.
man, come on, man. He's trying to put him over himself. So I was like, damn, man. I was like, it's tough, man.
Mm,
But
mm, mm, mm,
damn, yeah, I'm gonna say overrated a little bit.
mm, mm,
I'm
mm,
gonna say
mm,
overrated a little bit. I'm gonna say overrated.
mm,
Only because I feel like they're trying to push his all time ranking a little too much.
mm,
Just because he had the title for that long.
mm, mm, mm. You know, if I take my obviously I'm a big Roman Reigns fan. If I put my feelings and my fanness aside, I could see him fitting in all three, overrated, underrated, and
Right,
properly rated. That's why
right.
it's so unique, honestly. I
Me
can
too.
see arguments for all of them.
Me too.
It's strange. But I'm gonna say underrated, dog. I'm gonna say underrated, dog.
Mm.
Because of this. What you just did right there, just because he held that title, yo, that title wasn't normal. Like that reign, people talk about like just because he did that or just, it wasn't a normal title reign, bro. It was one of the best stories ever told across
I
years
agree.
in wrestling, bro. It wasn't just that, bro. Like people be acting like it was just something like you could just slip on a banana peel and write that story arc in your sleep
Yeah.
and perform it well in your sleep. Like, no, like Roman Reigns was full time those first couple years and killing
Yeah.
it every night full time with that character. And in the first couple years, especially then, he was cutting a lot of the promos himself, and Paul
Yeah.
wasn't doing a lot of talking. I remember at first people were trying to say, "Oh, Paul's gonna do all the talking for him." No, he
No,
didn't.
he just
And he showed that he had that in his bag after everyone's like, he don't got that talking bag.
Reigns
He
could
don't have
talk.
it in him.
Reigns could talk.
Everybody, let's be keeping a buck. And I
Reigns
know,
could talk.
like I said, he had some valid criticism during the big dog era, but
Yeah,
everybody said
exactly.
he didn't have the promo gift.
They want
He
to hang on
showed
to that. They want to
he
hang on to
showed,
that.
yo, I got the talk game against anybody, bro.
He could talk.
That's what I don't think gets talked about enough either. Roman Reigns is one of the best shit talkers, bro. And
He could
pay
talk.
attention. Please pay attention, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so, and that title reign is one of the best storylines ever. I think it's like take your pick, them or the NWO, and probably between them, if we're talking about long stories, like you gotta put it up there. And it's like, even though the big dog stuff did have some inconsistencies, a lot of that was him, but a lot of that was him trying to be presented and forced a certain way. So
True.
yeah, he got to take accountability, but some of that was bad writing and miscasting him. It's like
Yeah.
that's like trying to cast Shaquille O'Neal in a movie as an underdog in a fighting movie. Like, how you gonna cast him in that role? He's 7 foot. He can't be an underdog. You can't cast this guy as a white meat baby face that is smiling and wants you
Yeah.
to eat your vitamins and say a prayer. I'm gonna say underrated, dog, because even people like me who I think I be fair when it comes down to it. I think at worst he right now he's top 20, top 20, top 25 right now. But I think at best he can be top 15. And people look at me like I'm wilding. How is that? How is that with his body
See,
of
I think
work?
that's fair.
How
I,
is
I
that
think that's fair.
unfair, bro?
I think that's a fair ranking for him. Like if he was somewhere between 15, 16,
Somewhere
17,
between 15 and 20, like right now.
anywhere. See, I'm only picking the overrated because I'm hearing these greatest of all time, top five, top 10 talk. That's where I'm getting disturbed because
That's
I
fair.
don't think that reign is enough to put him there.
Yeah.
That's my pushback. I still think I still need to see more on the babyface side before I put him in there.
But he's
I
done
don't know if
so
that's
much.
fair.
He's done
I don't know if that's fair to say.
no, that is fair. No, like I said, I can see arguments for overrated. I can. But
Yeah,
who's had a better championship run than that? In all seriousness, that is the best. I'm not saying everybody gotta agree with me. That is the best start to finish championship run. And I know eras are different and times change, and it's kind of hard to measure championship runs of wrestling in a vacuum. But when it
it
comes
is.
to what I do, having everyone hang on every word, evolving the character, evolving the bloodline. Everybody that stepped into the ring with him came out either better or more relevant. It's just hard not to say that. Like, and let's be fair, we never thought we would live through a Hulk Hogan the record type title reign to even get this close. Like,
Yeah,
it's not just the record, it's what he was doing on those days, dog. Like, it was it was the most must see TV we've had in modern wrestling. It was the closest thing. I, I don't know, man. I'm gonna say underrated, dog. People still saying things like he can't talk that well. He does limited moves. No, he doesn't. Like Reigns be in
yeah,
his bag, bro. Like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
very few who have that aura that he brings to the table. Like there's
yeah.
very few.
Like I said, I've been defending them all year because of things like that. Because you know the people that we do business with and we work with, they don't
Love
like them.
them. It's
They
like
don't like them.
it's like, damn, why you hate the dude so much,
You know,
dog?
you know what I
I
mean?
hope
Like
one of them see this too.
bro, they tried. I remember there was one time they tried to say Seth Rollins was better than him.
Yeah,
I was like,
and
nah,
Kenny
that
Omega's better in
conversation's
the
over.
ring. Like,
And you know I'm a Seth guy, but that conversation's over. It's
dog,
over. It been over.
man,
It been over.
I don't know
Like
why. I
Roman's the
never
man.
seen a guy who people try to, and I honestly think just like John Cena. I'm not saying Roman Reigns is John Cena, but I honestly think just like John Cena, deep down these people admire him. They just don't want to say it because he's WWE's guy. He's WWE's company guy in
Yeah,
creation. But watch when Reigns gets to the Cena arc that Cena was here today, like on the last legs. Watch everybody be like, he's one of the goats, so I'm gonna miss him.
yeah,
Let's enjoy him while he's here, bro. Like everybody wants to sit here and say, I don't know, man. To me, I think he's a legitimate megastar. After everybody said there would be no one, people do this all the time. WWE's not going to make another one. They can't make. After The Rock, they said there would be no Cena. It took a little while. They got Cena and Batista
right,
and Brock. Like, it,
right,
I think Roman Reigns has at least rose to the occasion of being that next one for a generation pretty well, yo. And yeah,
right.
he had
But
his bumps in the road, but you
but
know
again,
what?
But
But you know
again,
what?
that
Nobody holds the Rock's bumps in the roads as Rocky Maivia against them. It was kind of similar. Like they wanted him to be the Rocky
exactly.
Maivia. He's all laughing and
Everybody
smiling.
had it.
Like, let's be fair. Like
Everybody had
everybody
it.
had that point
Everybody had
where
it.
Vince wasn't letting
Brother
them.
Steve Austin,
Yeah.
like everybody had it. Like Thugonomics. Everyone had it.
Yeah, everybody had that.
Every single
Everybody had that arc where Vince McMahon didn't let them be a real part of their personality. Like he wanted to make them the comic book version of them. Like, come on, like the cartoon version of it. Like,
and Dave, this to be real, this and that goes back to what I'm looking for to solidify Reigns because it's like, okay, these guys, we seen them start off, do great heel work, Rock, corporate champion, great heel run. Cena, Thugonomics, great heel run. Austin before he became the 316 speech, he was a heel, and that was great. So we seen all of them do great heel, phenomenal things, but we also seen these other three guys flip on that other side
yeah,
and do magnificent work.
yeah.
Now that's why I'm waiting for Reigns to do. I'm waiting for Reigns to all right. Now that you're flipped, can you give me something historic while you're flipped?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
And
waiting
I
for.
think and I think 2026 we're gonna see some shit, man. Like what Roman Reigns is gonna be win that world title, and that's I was gonna save this part for another video, but I'm ready for Roman Reigns to be back in that world championship picture. Preferably, I prefer the world heavyweight, but I don't care which one it is. Like,
Yeah,
who has made? I love Cody Rhodes, but nobody has made that title feel as a bigger deal. Not even you, Cody Rhodes.
yeah. Not
Not
even
even
you.
you,
Not
bro.
even you. Yeah,
And you're great. You're real all time great, but Roman Reigns brings a different energy, bro. And I think so far in the babyface run, he's helping make Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was not this relevant. Now people bought into Bronson Reed a little bit more. Now they're buying into Braun Breaker a little bit more. Like,
right.
I think so far the babyface run is off to a healthy start, but we'll see some more. I think it's going to be a big 2026 for him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. 100%.
It's you.
100. Yeah, it's me. I got a quick one. What do you think my seven is Iyo Sky?
What I like about Iyo Sky is every time they do put her in like a big match, like I think it was actually this past WrestleMania where they surprisingly let her beat Rhea for the title, and then they made it a three-way with Rhea, Bianca, and her. She really do be putting in work in big spots. Like that was one of the best matches of that night, if I remember correctly. Because
Yeah,
so one thing about her, she will deliver in the ring, like in a big way. Obviously, with the promos. What I do like is that they're leaning more into doing the anime subtitles thing. I honestly prefer that. I rather prefer let them speak their language and put subtitles than to do the forced "you're not ready for" or and the exaggerated English.
the
But
karate move stuff.
I must say properly rated. I think
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna
I
agree.
think they look at her as like if I need to certify the match runs smoothly and looks good and brings the action, I'm gonna plug her in. And she
I'm gonna
is
agree.
pretty over with the fans. I'm gonna say properly rated.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I know people were waiting for me to say overrated or something like that, but she's actually really good.
Nah,
Nah, she's actually
delivers.
she's really good in the ring,
Yeah.
and that is good enough to keep her in that mix. I would I want to see her as champion again? No, but I think she's good enough to be in that mix though.
She knows how to make people look great because she's good
Yeah,
in the ring. Yeah. I got a woman coming up next too, and I this woman is strength to me because I see there's something there, but there's been no consistent momentum. Raquel Rodriguez, overrated, underrated. I think Judgment Day's kind of in her way, but and holding her
I was gonna
back.
say that.
I think she kind of needs like a repackage away from that, but I do think she's been doing some of her better work lately with feuding with Nikki Bella and Stephanie. Um, but man, with that size, she's a 6 feet tall woman, the tallest woman in the division. They could market that, man. They could make something out of that, like a woman's version of Great Khali. We won that debate, by the way, but I could go there. But no,
No,
I
we
feel like
did.
there's
We did.
something there with Raquel. I think underrated. I'm gonna say a little underrated.
I'm gonna agree with that. I was gonna say underrated until I see her away from Judgment Day because I feel like that Judgment Day crew is the worst faction I've ever seen in my life, and I think it's a black hole for anybody except Dominic. Honestly, anybody and think about it. All the crew members that got down with it, they got worse,
Yeah, it's true though.
except for one man.
I'm confused.
Literally.
I'm really confused why they're still together. To be honest with you, I think she's
It
under.
doesn't make sense to me, Dave. It really doesn't make sense to me. I think they're the worst faction, honestly.
Yeah. That's Europe.
My next one, oh, speaking of factions, I actually got a faction for you. Four Horsemen.
Oh, this dude bought a faction. I didn't think of doing a faction. I might do properly rated. I mean, I,
Really? I don't
I,
think they get brought up enough, Dave.
I think properly rated. I think everybody, like every real wrestling purist, has great respect for them. Like they they set that like blueprint for being the guys that could dress better than you, talk better than
Yo,
you, and back it up in the ring. Like they really had that cool factor that everybody could mess with. I'm gonna say properly rated.
yeah. I feel like that when people talk about factions nowadays, and they got these new ones like the Shield and the Bloodline and all that type of stuff. I feel like they kind of try to move the Four Horsemen aside, but I still think the Four Horsemen is a top three faction, undisputedly,
Hmm.
undisputed.
Top three is high, but I don't blame you for putting them.
Really, you wouldn't put them there?
I'd have to think, but they got a good case. The historical impact wise, they do got a case.
Top three. I think after everything Evolution stole from them, it's just like they're top three.
Okay, evolution did take a lot. Yeah.
It
Uh,
took a lot.
Next up, Damien Priest, overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say properly rated because I still think there's some character stuff he needs to bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know I've been saying that about him for a long time. I'm honestly starting to lose a little bit of faith,
Nah, kill.
thinking that no, because I want to see him in a different light because I feel like he has all the tools to get there, but it's just character wise, like the generic stuff. I want to see him kind of kick that away and bring in some actual original stuff from him. But I've been saying it for a year plus now, David. Is it going to happen? That's what I'm starting to question.
Yeah. You know, Damian Priest is interesting because like, not. I think he did pretty well with the world title. I really do. He did solid. It wasn't like great, but he did pretty solid with his first run. But like right now, it's like for some reason Triple H has had him beefing with Alistair back for like 5 months, bro. Like
Exactly.
that's not his fault though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how much wiggle room, how much evolving can he show if you're keeping him with the same guy? Like so some of it's not his fault. Like I just almost feel like he needs, but I agree with you presentation wise. Like something with his presentation needs to change. Like how he carries himself. Like
The
I,
theme music,
the theme, the ring, the what he wears.
yes,
So it needs to change a little bit. But I have seen a little bit better intensity on the microphone. How he delivers his words. He'll always bring it in the ring, but kind of like Raquel, I feel like there's more there, but he hasn't got the package right. He hasn't got the right package yet. There's something there, dog. Like
yeah.
he can be. And I also think maybe the main money with him is a heel. Like that's probably the
I don't know
main.
why they haven't tried that yet. I don't.
They
Not
tried it
sure.
with Judgment Day, but I want to see it away from Judgment Day.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, right.
So I think that might be where the money is with him. But I agree with you. I think properly rated.
Yeah,
He had a good world title run. I think WWE features him regularly overall. And it's just right now he's kind of stuck in a limbo for some reason. But I think he's solid.
and I already see why they did that Aleister Black thing. It's because they both do that weird gothic stuff. So let's lump them up together.
But this long, Triple H
But
love Triple H thinks everything should take long, bro. Like it's been a grip,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, I agree. But again, David, it's. I think that's the type of stuff he needs to start moving away from,
I agree.
so he doesn't end up in these positions.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with properly. My number nine. Mm. So this is a name I don't think we've talked about in a long time. Samoa Joe.
Damn,
Samoa
that's
Joe. What do you think about him? I think he's a little overrated, Dave. I feel like
I'm
he's a
honestly surprised about that.
yeah. I feel like he's an underachiever. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like he's an underachiever.
I'm surprised about that. Wow, I'm really surprised about that. Wow, that you said he's. I think Joe's underrated as hell, bro. Now,
Really?
you're right. You're right. He underachieved in WWE because he could never stay healthy at all. Like he underachieved. But we saw what type of time he was on when he was healthy. Joe puts in work, bro. Like, come on, the Great Balls of Fire with Brock Lesnar, the promos building that up, where he was like, "Look at me when I'm talking to you." He was riffing in the ring, checking Brock Lesnar. Like you can tell he caught Brock Lesnar by surprise a little bit. Samoa Joe's one of the most legitimate tough guys, bro, in wrestling, bro. And the TNA stuff, TNA was hard when Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle were going at it for the world title. That's prime TNA right there, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think he's underrated. Even what he's doing right now with AEW, I think he's underrated.
There, but there you go, David. Right? Because he's another dude with all the damn tools. Can talk, can work, can body somebody, can move around like
Like a cruiserweight, yeah.
Yoko in there, like can literally pull off whatever it is. Well, I feel like the dude should have been bigger everywhere he went.
Mm.
I don't know if you feel the same way. Everywhere he went, I feel
He
like he
was
should have
big.
been.
He was big everywhere except WWE. Kinda. He left some.
Even in TNA, I feel like he
He
wasn't.
was. He was one of their biggest stars, hands
Was
down,
he?
bro.
Was he though?
Bro, he was one of their biggest stars. It was him and Kurt Angle was the probably the best rivalry, arguably in that company's history, bro. The way they would go at it and really batter each other, like Ham
Yeah,
AJ,
they definitely had some
Ham
classics.
AJ, Kurt Angle. When I think TNA, I think of those guys and Sting. Like,
He was more. I feel like they would try to toss him more towards the middle of the division a lot. Don't you feel like that? They would try to push his ass towards like the mid card of the
sometimes,
division a
yeah.
lot. And then he came to WAB. I know he kept getting hurt. Like that
Yeah,
was
this
more
dude
of a
had the worst luck injury.
that was more of a like a health issue
Even
thing.
that commentary, he was good. You remember when he slid to
He was
commentary?
good at
Oh,
commentary,
yo,
yeah.
they could have kept him as color commentary. That was the color guy they could have had for the next era, bro. That was the best color guy since for a while, bro.
And now in AEW, they're kind of doing the same exact thing.
Yeah,
He's sort of the middle of the card.
yeah. I'll stay underrated, but I see what you're saying. Overrated.
And then people kind of talked about him like he's this big huge legend. So it's like why is he not in bigger situations? You know, that's just the way I see it. I don't know if you agree with something like that, but I can see your point too of underrated. I really can. I really can.
Like he don't got when we're evaluating his wrestlers, he doesn't have a weakness. Like I mean,
He really doesn't.
his only weakness is yeah he's fat, but that's his whole character. He's fat, but he can work like a guy who's not fat, like Kevin Owens. But so
Yeah.
I think I see what your point is, but I'll lean underrated.
Like I would say Kevin Owens is gonna be better than him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I
And it
might.
shouldn't be that way.
I think he probably is already better than him. Yeah,
But it shouldn't be that
yeah,
way. Then.
yeah. I could agree with that point. Yeah, Kevin's that guy though. My last one. I accidentally skipped one, so I think I got two left. You might have one left, but I'll go with my
Yeah.
technically last one before I go back to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Big E, overrated, underrated, when he was a wrestler.
Oh, Biggie Langston. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say. I
I'm gonna
definitely
say
can't say
proper.
overrated because I don't think anybody was like, he's the next blue chipper company carrier. But I'm gonna say like, I will say they were properly rated. I think they were gonna invest in him a lot more if this didn't happen.
I agree.
Honestly,
I agree. I'm gonna say
he would have been in the rotation.
I'm gonna say properly rated because when I know that title reign sucked,
It did. It did. It had a
but
little glimpse, but it sucked.
but I think if he didn't hurt his neck, I think he would have ended up getting a shot at another one.
And do better. That's what I think.
Yeah, it would because he would have been more away from the New Day.
That's what
So
I
I think
think.
he would. I think he
He
would
could have
have
came
did
back
a
and had a
little bit
dominant
better
heel run. He could have came back and repackaged. Like definitely, I'll say properly
because he
rated.
was the guy. He was the guy I kept picking to win the world heavyweight title, and then they ended up going with Kofi first, I
Yeah, I
believe.
was surprised. Yeah,
So he would, but he was the dude I thought was the blue chip of the crew the whole time.
he was. Yeah, yeah. I think I'll say properly rated, man. I think if he didn't get hurt, he wouldn't be at floating like a Damien Priest at least. Like
Nah,
I think he would be in the rotation because
yeah.
I think Big E's an underrated, even though yeah he does do that past the voice in New Day, but when he's not doing it, he's an underrated talker. An energy he could bring, bro. With
Right.
the only good promo he wants to bring like that is the day he was losing it, bro.
The day he's losing. He wants to
Yeah,
cut all the
that,
stuff out when the day he's
that
losing.
promo was hard though. He said, "And I'll be
See,
damned if
that's
I let this championship go."
and that's the thing too. Like I know he always had it in him, but he just
He
wanted to
could
keep doing
talk
it. He wanted to keep doing the New Day type of talking though.
because it got him over.
but let it go.
It
You're
got the
not in the
group
crew no
over.
more. Once you're not in the crew, you gotta put a twist on it. You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
He didn't want to let it go. He wanted to keep skipping down with his
Yo,
entrance
I
and
miss Big
dancing
E,
around.
dog. Yo, now that I think about it, bro. Yo, Big E's nice, dog.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I think he had real potential. It's sad, man.
You got one more? I think I got one more after you.
I think, yeah, I think just one on the list. And last, my last but not least. Oh, this is yeah, because I've seen another interesting thing. My last is Rowdy Piper.
Yeah.
Rowdy Piper. I've seen because I went back to that same list, right? Where they put Becky Lynch as top 20 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They had this dude Rowdy Piper at 12.
That's
And
overrated. That's
I
overrated.
think that's overrated.
Damn, they had him at
Like I get
12?
it. Yeah, they had him at like 12 or 13,
I'm actually
if I'm not
shocked.
mistaken.
Man, that's overrated. But
And that's really
I feel
overrated.
like in the general wrestling conversation, he's not gassed up like that. 12 is pushing it. Like, that's a guy, he ain't better than Roman Reigns. I don't care if you were born in the 80s or 70s, he ain't better than Roman Reigns, bro.
Nah,
But um
he's not. And if you want to go back to the 80s, he's not even better than Macho Man. How the hell is he 12
no.
and Macho Man is nowhere around there?
I think generally speaking, he's a little bit underappreciated. So I'm gonna say underrated in general, other than those rankings. But
See, I was gonna say I'm actually gonna agree with you. I was gonna say he's a little under too, because
he's a little
he's
under though.
someone he's someone who actually really did deserve at least one world heavyweight championship ring.
Yeah, like even if it was a transitional, even if it was a transitional run to make Hulk Hogan look good, they should have
At
gave it
least
to him.
at least one.
Like, come on, bro. Y'all gave it to Iron Sheik. He couldn't speak English or nothing.
They gave it a Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, bro. What made
Like, come
Iron
on.
just because
They
Iron
gave it an
Sheik
Ultimate Warrior, and he
Iron
couldn't
Sheik
even
had
work.
that evil foreigner thing to play with. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. But they gave it a Warrior too, and Warrior could barely even work. All Warrior could do is just a couple power slams and then that running far splash. It's just
That's true. That's true.
like that's unfair.
Yeah. So my last one, Biggie was technically supposed to be my second one. I just forgot about him by accident. But my last one, I'm really interested in this, man. I'm afraid to ask it. MVP as a wrestler, not overall. Obviously, we're talking about his wrestling. Overrated or underrated?
Hmm. Wow. See that this is tough for me because I feel like this is like a 50-50 thing. I feel like the company kind of screwed him, and then I kind of feel like
Feel like
he
the
kind of
company
screwed.
screwed.
I feel like he kind of screwed himself at the same
I
time.
feel the same way.
But the company kind of screwed him too, though.
Nah, the company screwed him, but he it was kind of both. He
It
kind
was
of screwed
50-50
himself.
because they changed him to babyface.
That was a big mistake.
Big mistake. Big mistake. And then as a babyface, he wasn't good. I don't know what happened. He just wasn't good.
He
It didn't
wasn't
make any
that good.
sense. So, damn.
This dude was teaming up with Kool-Aid Man Mark Henry, dog. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
like it didn't make
What
any
is
sense.
it? I just threw two black guy with braids together. They were doing that with him,
And then
bro.
they changed his song to some
Yeah,
stupid stuff.
that
Like,
song was horrible, bro.
yo, I'm on. Yeah, I'm on. Let's get
I'm
it. I'm
balling.
on. Like, what the hell
East
was
side, I'm
that?
balling. West side, I'm balling. I don't know, man. I must say underrated still. I
Damn.
must say underrated, dog. I must say underrated. I must say still say underrated. Because he definitely shot himself in the foot, leaving in like I think he left around like 2011 or so or 2010. I was watching a video actually. He said he was burnt out. That's why he asked to get out the company because he was getting burnt out and frustrated. But it's like, bro, if you want to
Yeah,
be great, you gotta stick it out, bro.
yeah,
And I think that hurt him a little. But they did do some stupid stuff by turning him face, and he was on that losing streak, and they turned him into that in the first place. But I could honestly say people could say I'm exaggerating. Go ahead, but prove me wrong. I'll accept the challenge. After JBL, who the hell was getting that pure heat in the ruthless aggression era like MVP? MVP was the perfect heel, bro.
He was
The
up there.
that
He was up there.
he was perfect, bro, on the microphone. The crazy the whole presentation of him being the highest paid free agent in SmackDown history. Like he had a whole character from the rip, bro. And he played the role really well. Like he played that diva athlete, the tunnel, the historical entrance. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
bro. MVP had something, man. Like, I
yeah.
think if he didn't leave, he would be a black world champion. I know we can't prove it, but I think he would have been a world champion, bro. In that like 2012, 2013, twenty
It's
fourteen window. Like,
it's mad. It's it's mad confusing to me, like why they wanted to just cut all that short.
it's
Why
mad
did they want to cut all
confusing.
that short? It's mad confusing to me because
Like, why did
actually
you look
worked.
at him and was like, I want to see him as a good guy? Like, why did you do that? Like,
In that United States reign was good,
I don't know
man.
how many
It was
better U.S. reigns I could think of in my head. That's what, honestly, like, there's very few reigns. He made that
seriously,
title feel special. He made it feel like he would die and do anything to keep it, bro. That is how you get a title over, yo.
yeah, yeah, nah, man. Man, I gotta say properly rated, man.
Damn, he said properly rated. So
I have to because
damn, dog.
it's a
Damn, I
50.
can feel
Hey,
that.
nah, it's a 50-50 though. It's a 50-50
That
because
stings.
it's the company fault, but it's his fault at the same time. That's the thing. It's
Nah, the
his fault.
company did more wrong than he did, dog. I'm sorry.
Nah, but
The
Dave,
company did more. Why wasn't he a
you
world
gotta be able
champion?
to adjust, Dave.
Why wasn't he a world champion in 2008, 2007? That's when he was hot. That's
I
all I'm
agree.
saying.
I agree. I agree.
And he
I
proved it. What do good world champions do? They show I could put in work with the mid card title and elevate that as a
bro.
stepping stone. And they
That's
never
true.
promoted him
No,
from
that's
a
true.
stepping
That's true.
stone.
That's 100% true. Like when you have that good or undisputed, mid card run, you're supposed to be the next in line.
Yeah.
That's how it was supposed to be. So I definitely felt like he should have been next in line for the Batistas and the Undertakers and all those people that were holding it at the time. But they, I don't get like why did it fall so bad though, Dave?
Yeah, it was
Just because they
bad.
turned a face, like why did it go so bad? Like it dropped so
It
crazy.
was pretty bad.
It didn't make any sense. So I gotta say properly rated because it's like they switched them, but I don't think they were expecting the dude to fall off that hard. No, seriously, like it was a big
Nah, he didn't.
shot.
He didn't
Hail
get good. He
MVP in
didn't
the
get
face of
good. He
MVP
didn't get
is a
good
big
material like that, dog. But
dog.
I see what. Nah, I see what you mean, though. He's fighting Miz when Miz was U.S. champion, and they were throwing him in miscellaneous things like that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, but I can see why you would say that. I'll take it. I'll take that.
it, I don't think they were expecting that though. I don't think expected neither. Like the dude was on fire, dude.
It's because he
When
was
he was
burnt
came
out.
back,
He was burnt out. He wasn't trying his best. That's why.
I
That's
think that
probably
is true.
why.
Yeah, I think
He
his
was
heart wasn't
phoning
in
it
it.
in.
His heart wasn't in it no more. I don't
That's
think
what
his heart was in
happens,
it.
bro.
But the thing is, didn't he go to TNA after that and
Yeah,
have a good run over
yeah.
there?
He had a solid run over there because he went with Bobby Lashley, and then they formed a little alliance there, and they were pretty solid, bro.
Yeah. So if anything, man, if anything is yeah, his heart wasn't in it. His heart wasn't in that. So yeah, I gotta say properly rated. It's the 50-50 blame for me.
All right. Well, that's all for this segment, man. I had fun with this. Y'all let us know some wrestlers that you might want to see, or some if y'all agree with Are these wrestlers are overrated or underrated? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel at Wrestling with Things. We want to keep giving you great content like this in 2026, man, and different perspectives and stuff.